You're listening to Sophie and Sebastian. Up here in Canada, the summer is almost over, just a few weeks left, and sometimes you can feel a hint of fall in the air already. We've even spotted a patch of yellow leaves on our apple tree. Still, there are plenty of warm days remaining, and in this episode you'll hear how one summer day, Sophie and Sebastian had a lemonade stand. The lemonade stand. One sunny day the sky was so perfectly blue that it looked like you could jump off the roof and dive into a lake. "I think," said Sophie, "that it's a perfect day for a lemonade stand." "How would you even count the money?" her older brother Lucas wanted to know. "I don't care about the money," she said. "I just want to sell something." "I'm sure you will," said Mum. "Today is the farmer's market downtown. Plenty of people will walk past to get their fruits and vegetables." "Good," said Sophie. "Then they'll be nice and thirsty from all that walking." "If they have any money left," said Dad. "Don't worry," said Sophie. "They can pay me whatever they like. They can pay just $1 or a million bazillion gajillion." So Sophie put out a little table and chairs, and with Mum's help she made a poster. "How much for a glass of lemonade?" asked Mum. "Just write down not too much." "Okay," said Mum. So the poster read, "Life is great. Buy lemonade. How much? Not too much." Then Mum gave Sophie plastic cups, a jug of lemonade, and a plate of chocolate chip cookies to sell. Sophie also put her piggy bank on the table. The first customer was Sebastian. He wanted a cookie and some lemonade, and he asked if he could help too. "You sure can," said Sophie. "If you're helping, then you can get free snacks. Wait, that means that I can too." Then Sophie and Sebastian sat in their little chairs and stretched out their legs and sipped their lemonade. Sebastian had chocolate all around his mouth. Life was great. Soon they saw a dog taking its owner out for a walk. Sophie didn't know the lady's name, but she knew that the dog was called Edgar. Whenever Edgar came by, Sophie always made sure to pet him. "Edgar," she shouted, "do you want a treat?" "I don't think he needs a cookie," the lady said, "but I'll have a glass of lemonade." She took out her purse. How much is not too much?" Sophie said, "Not too much is less than too much, but more than too little. It's whatever you would like to pay. That's why Edgar can have a free cookie, because he doesn't have any money." "All right then," said the lady. "Go ahead and give Edgar a cookie." She gave Sebastian some money to put into the piggy bank. Then Sophie gave Edgar a chocolate chip cookie and a good ear rub and told him to be a good boy. When Edgar was gone, it was quiet for a while. Sophie and Sebastian colored the poster and put stickers on it. A little bit later, the twins from down the road came by. Their names were Fritz and Felix, and they had just finished delivering the papers. How much for a cookie and a glass of lemonade?" asked Fritz. "It says right on the poster," said Sophie. "Not too much." "Oh," said Fritz, "I thought that meant we couldn't buy very much lemonade. But if you can pay whatever you like, then I'll give you as much as I have, and I'll have the biggest cookie, that one over there." "Me too," said Felix. "But I think that one is the biggest." And he pointed. Then Fritz and Felix both gave Sebastian a very small coin to put in the piggy bank. But Sophie said, "Wait, it's not polite to ask for the biggest cookie. Sebastian, you have to give them the smallest one instead, and I will give them only half a cup of lemonade." "That's not fair," said Fritz. And Felix agreed. "Too bad, so sad," said Sophie. "This is our lemonade stand." Then Sebastian picked out the smallest cookie, one that he had secretly taken a bite out of himself. "Gross," said Felix. "Somebody already took a bite out of that one." "What's so bad about that?" asked Sophie. "That just means that it's a yummy cookie, right, Sebastian?" "It is way good," said Sebastian. "It's the best ever." "Well, I don't want it," said Felix. "I want my money back." "That's impossible," said Sophie. "Once the money is inside the piggy bank, we can't take it out anymore. You would have to smash the piggy, and that's mean." "Would you like it?" Sebastian asked Fritz. He tried to hand him the cookie. "No way," said Fritz. "Then I'll have it," said Sophie, and she took the cookie from Sebastian. She took a bite. Yum, yum," she said. Fritz and Felix looked very angry. "Thanks for your business," said Sophie. "And to show how nice we are, we'll give you a free cookie to share, because sharing is caring." She broke a cookie in half. "Which side would you like? Don't be greedy now." Fritz and Felix looked at each other. Felix whispered something to Fritz. Then suddenly they both grabbed the biggest cookies and ran off. Oh dear, said Sophie. "They are stealers," said Sebastian. He covered his mouth in shock. "It's okay," said Sophie. "They won't even enjoy the cookies because they will feel bad." But Sebastian got his water gun just in case anyone else tried a trick like that. Soon more people came by. Sophie came up with clever ways to get people's attention. She shouted, "Spend your money when it's sunny," and "Buy a treat, I repeat, buy a treat, I repeat, buy a treat, I repeat," and so on, until Sebastian told her to stop being so annoying. But by then the lemonade stand was very busy, and Sophie only had time to yell, "I'm afraid we're out of lemonade," whenever Mum had to make a new jug. Even the old neighbors Bert and Fran stopped by on their way home from the farmer's market. Bert wiped the sweat from his brow. "Good morning," said Sophie. "It's a beautiful morning," said Fran, "and it will be even better with a glass of lemonade. Do you want some too, Bert?" "I'll just have a cookie." "You can't just have a cookie," said Sebastian. "You have to pay us." He pointed his water gun at Bert. "You can spray him," said Fran. "He was just telling me how hot he is." "Well," said Bert, "that doesn't mean—" But Bert had no time to finish, because Sebastian sprayed him right in the face. Bert sputtered and spluttered. "You little rascal," he said. He laughed. "Don't worry," said Sophie quickly. "If you get sprayed, then you can have a free cookie." "You can spray me then," said Lucas, who had just come outside to see if he could steal a cookie. "And me," said Tessa, who was bringing them a new jug of lemonade. Pretty soon all the kids in the neighborhood came for a free cookie. Sophie's friend Jasmine stopped by with her father, and even Fritz and Felix were allowed to have a cookie, as long as they stayed still while Sebastian sprayed them. And when there were no cookies left, and the lemonade stand was finished, everyone had a big water fight. Bert also joined in with the watering hose, and he made sure to give Sebastian a good soaking. They had so much fun that everyone forgot to count the money in the piggy bank. Thanks for listening, and thanks also to everyone on Facebook who wrote in with their stories of having a lemonade stand. They were all wonderful, but I would especially like to share one comment because it really captured a beautiful memory. Here is what Adele Peters wrote about when she was little, which I imagine must have been a long time ago. "When I was a kid," she writes, "I held Kool-Aid and popcorn sales with proceeds going to charities. I recall needing 2 cups of sugar and 8 cups of water for a packet of Kool-Aid, which needed to be stirred vigorously to dissolve all the sugar. Popcorn was made on the stove, heating the oil till a drop of water sizzled. Then we would add the popcorn kernels. We wore oven mitts while shaking the pot just above the element in the hot kitchen, till the popped corn made the lid of the pan rise. On afternoons when sales were brisk, Mum would be on making popcorn duty. Fun memories. What a lovely memory. Thanks for sharing. Well, that's it for this episode. Hope you'll tune in next time.